Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode on Rebuilding You. I'm Kai,
I am Min.
and today we'll be talking about how to find ourselves and what's there to find. So a couple weeks back, we did a poll on our IG story asking you guys which topics you'd like to see us talk about, and this one got the most votes, so here we are. Okay, so finding ourselves. I think most of us would kind of define finding ourselves with looking for who we are and what our purpose in life is.
But we don't think that we are all born with a purpose. So there's no need to pressure yourself to always ask, so what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's my purpose? Because we think that a purpose is something that we give to ourselves rather than trying to find it. It's not something to be found.
Yes, and to be honest, we didn't really know how to go about this topic because it's not something that we're very well versed in. But after some searching, we did find two perspectives on how to find ourselves, and we think that these two connect really well in the process of finding ourselves. So we'll be talking about them. Jamin, do you want to start off with the first perspective?
Yes, sure. So the first perspective was something that I got off from online. It was a quote saying that what if it isn't about becoming something, but about unbecoming everything so that we can become who we are meant to be. To simplify that, it basically means that what if all this time we're trying to become someone, but how about we unlearn some things in order to reveal our authentic selves? So for example, we were brought up to believe a lot of different kinds of beliefs, and a lot of conditionings have been done to us since young. So imagine yourself in a box. Your authentic selves are in a box, and buried underneath all of that is your conditionings and also those beliefs. So what we have to do now is to remove all the blockages in order to find our authentic selves. And in order to do this, we have to go through a lot of trial and error in order to cancel out the things that we don't like, which also brings us closer to realizing what are the things that we do like and what are the things that actually mean something to us or bring meaning to us. So for example, how can we do this trial and error process? We can talk to a lot of people from different walks in life. We can try new experiences as well as just trying a lot of different things so that we can shortlist of all the things that we wanted to do, shortlist that, and finally find out what you do like. And don't be afraid to fail, because failing is really part of the process of trying to cancel out all these things. If you don't fail, it means that you haven't found anything that you don't like, and I don't think you like everything.
Yeah. Okay, so the second side of finding ourselves is creating ourselves. One day I was having brunch with a friend and we were discussing our New Year's resolution, and she told me that she wanted to take more time to look inwards and find out who she is, because she has spent her whole life accommodating her family for so long that she kind of lost touch with who she really is. So I asked her, oh, so is that your New Year's resolution? Like finding yourself? You want to find yourself? And she replied, no, I want to create myself. And that really stuck with me because it's a new perspective. Like we always think, oh, we need to find ourselves, but we never think about, oh, we can create ourselves. We can create who we want to become. And it's kind of true as well, because we are always growing and changing every day and every second. So it doesn't make sense to be stagnant and to always be one version of ourselves for the rest of our lives, because that means that we're not growing. And I think that, like what Jamin said, So after we go through the trial and error to find out what we like, what we don't like, and what is meaningful to us, etc., then we go through the process of unlearning all the old beliefs that no longer serve us, to kind of clear out all the blockages and stuff, and to be more clear on who am I. And then after that, now we can create who we want to become. And this needs a lot of self-awareness, I feel, because you have to be aware of who I am now as a person. And then if you want to change it, then you can. So for example, maybe I find out that I am someone who is, impatient or selfish or hot-tempered. And I want to change that. So now I can create a newer version of myself who I want to become. So I feel like it's kind of like a cycle of like trial and error, and then unlearning all the blockages and creating ourselves in the process of like finding who we are and who we want to be. If you get what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Kai has summed it up so perfectly for us. And for the last part of our episode, we would actually like to share a few questions that we found from our own research that can be really, really helpful to get to know ourselves better. And the first one is, if life were to end tomorrow, what would you want to be remembered for? So this question helps us to understand our deepest values and desires. For instance, when you die tomorrow, you wouldn't want to be remembered for the A+ and the 4.0 CGPA that you got from uni. You would want to be remembered as maybe a really good friend, someone who has contributed a lot to the society, something like that. So it really puts your values and whatever that's truly meaningful to you in perspective.
And the second question is, if you knew you had only 5 years left to live, what would you do and who would you spend it with? So I feel like this question gives us a perspective of like, all of us, we are humans, we have a limited time here on earth. So this kind of shows you what is meaningful to you, what is the most important thing for you, and who are the most important people to you.
And the next one is, if circumstances were out of the question, what would you want to do first? I feel that some people may be able to relate to this. Maybe a lot of you guys might be thinking that if it weren't like this, I would be able to do this. So try to imagine for a while, what if circumstances were different and you can actually do what you want to do? And so now that you know what you want to do, you can take a step back and think, okay, I want to do this, but because of this reason, I cannot do this. So how can I modify or change my goal or plan so that I can still pursue that goal without having to give it up completely? I feel that also helps you build up a solid plan to achieve that goal, instead of just thinking it's not going to work out and just forget about it.
Yes, and the last question is, who do you look up to and why? So this basically helps you to identify what kind of qualities or abilities that you want to have, so that you can work towards them and create the kind of person that you want to be. And before we end this video, I'd like to read a passage from this book called Bloom for Yourself by an author that I really like. Her name is April Green. So I will read the passage to you guys. I found this passage and I feel like it's related to finding ourselves and creating ourselves as well. So she says, a few years ago, I fell apart. And in the process of building myself back up, I learned that you are allowed to leave some pieces behind. You are allowed to become the person you design yourself to be.
And that's it for our video today. We really hope that you guys got to learn something from this video, or at least got a new perspective from this. We would really like to hear what you have to share about this topic as well. Like we said, we are not well versed. Whatever that we shared today is something that does align with our own beliefs, but we will also want to know what are your beliefs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please let us know in the comments, and remember to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and also follow us on Spotify and IG rebuilding.you. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.